Morning, fellow creators. It is Sunday morning, July 13th. I actually know the date without looking. That's weird. So I just finished up recording the what will be for you guys last week's video on 5 tips to break your sketchbook fears, which is actually the first of several remakes of videos from my second channel, Sketch Every Day. Now, previously, I had specifically wanted to, I'm going to put that this way. I can't remember what drawers I pulled these out of. I wanted to rebrand my second channel because I haven't uploaded there in like 3 years, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this place anymore. But and I had kind of rebuilt the thing. I wrote a whole new channel trailer. I came up with the new branding, and I sat on it for a bit and realized that I don't want to continue that channel in any capacity. Like, I don't have the motivation or energy to do it. I barely have the motivation and energy to upload to this channel, let alone a second art channel. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to close it out. I'm going to delete the videos and just eliminate it entirely. What has continued to amaze me is over the past couple of weeks, because the channel's a lot smaller, I still get subscriber notifications and emails. So I put this video just called The End, because I'm like, hey, here's what's going to happen. Sometime by the end of this year, all the videos will be gone. I will be deleting everything. And part of it is taking the more popular tutorials there, updating them, reshooting them, and then uploading to this channel, which has a much wider reach. So the original tutorials will still be helpful and useful, and some of them I'm probably just going to cut the intro and outro out of and just use the original segment, because that's easier and a lot less work. I just have to cut the sections where I'm talking about sketching every day and all that branding. But so I uploaded the end video, and there were a couple of people like, oh, this sucks. You could have just left all the videos up. I'm like, yeah, but then it's a management thing. Now I'm like, oh crap, I still have to sign into this other account and switch accounts, and I'm like, I just get rid of it. It was a fun experiment in my 20s. Now that I'm in my 30s, I really don't give a shit about it anymore. So I uploaded the end video, and over the next 3 days, it's like, hey, this other person subscribed to this channel. I'm like, stop subscribing to this channel. It's going away. Use your brain. Look at the channel and see the end. And see, okay, the channel's going away. Should I subscribe to it? Probably not. But whatever. It'll still probably continue to accrue subscribers until the day I delete the channel. But that's that. I've been really struggling to work in the studio in general. I've been putting some work into the new piece. As you can see here, do my best Vanna White impersonation. The biggest issue is it's hot. We've reached the point in the year where it is genuinely too hot to work in the studio for more than 2 hours just in the early morning. I have a fan, which has helped a little, but not much. So that I can turn on and it blows on me in a little bit. But it's just been a struggle. The time I have spent down here working on it, as you guys can see, has taken a lot more shape. I got waterfalls now. There's greenery, and all these rocks are in here real nice. I ended up taking a trip to Artists and Craftsman Supply to take advantage of their summer overstock sale, and interestingly enough, I went technically just to get a couple tubes of paint, and I was really good. I spent less than $100, actually less than $60. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was like 52 something, which is crazy. There were a couple of good clearance brushes, so I always like to get myself. Already managed to screw that up. Nice. There's a hard spot in there. That's going to get soaked in rubbing alcohol. Couple of nice short handle brushes, because those are always nice to grab. I picked up some white Winsor & Newton ink, which I've never tried before, so I was curious about picking that up. For the cost, even on the clearance sale, this was way too damn expensive. I don't know why people buy them. And then there was just a couple other odds and ends that I genuinely can't remember because it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago that I did that. Not that important. Couple tubes of paint, couple brushes, like and like some ink. So that's that. Plus I had like $13 discount, so I guess it would have been like whatever. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna go back to working on this a little bit this morning. I want to bring some highlights into these rock faces and everything here, and that's probably all I'm really gonna do. Again, it's not only that it's been really hot, but so I've never really been diagnosed with any kind of like depression or anything like that, but it totally feels that way right now because I cannot bring myself to really do much of anything right now. Except sit at my desk where the AC unit is blowing on me and play games. But I'm trying to force myself to do stuff like record this video, record last week's video. I might be going on a day trip with a friend the week that you guys are seeing this, so I want to make sure the vlog is done and ahead of time. That's pretty much it. I have another idea for a piece, which I'll grab this side. Which now that I'm thinking about it, I really need to check to see when the deadline for the show that I want to make it for is. Make sure I didn't miss that deadline, because knowing me, I probably already missed it by like 3 weeks. So the show is this, it's this recurring show that happens in the city every year, and it's like the 3rd or 4th year they've been doing it. It's called Monstrous Emotions, and they pick a theme of like 3 different emotions or so that artists can submit pieces for based on that, and it's also a partial charity event that benefits the LGBT centers in the city, and it's a center for victims of abuse that is in this group as well. So very worthy of worthy cause, so to speak. So 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak, in terms of new art show and expanding out into some places I might not have shown otherwise. Anyway, so the emotions in the show are happiness, loss, and pride. And I was like, okay, interesting. So I wanted to bridge this gap between loss and happiness. And so I sketched out this idea, which is kind of similar to a piece I did like 10 years ago, where there's like a tree in the middle and like 2 color variants. And I like this idea of doing sort of like a dark swamp on one side, real hanging moss and weeds and things that just feel genuinely scary. Like the idea of like loss of a loved one, loss of... for me right now, it's actually, I'm kind of in this weird transition period in my life, which is also why I haven't been doing a lot of art, because I've been dealing with a lot of stuff mentally. But it's also like leaving behind the loss of an old life and into this new one. And so finding like the coming out of the muck and the mire of one side of all that darkness and moving it through in the centralized tree. So the one side of the tree will be like dead and rotting, and the other side's a lot more spring, new life, flower buds, that kind of stuff. And it leads into this area of rolling hills with like a shining castle on the end. But yeah, I got to figure out when that deadline to submit is, because it is probably very soon. Oh God, it's August. I got a whole month yet. Good. So that's actually the next painting in the pipeline, which I already have the canvas for. I grabbed a 12 by 36 out of the corner, did some gessoing and layering with some fine pumice gel to give me a little extra texture as the base, since this was one of those store-bought canvases that I got secondhand, and I really wanted to get a good solid foundation in that. I left one side a little bit darker because it was originally black gessoed like the other ones in my corner, but I still want to have the dynamics of the brighter side versus the darker side, so I left it kind of... I might put a little extra black gesso in here as well, but it's going to go on this. And because that painting is large and is taking up a lot of my mental energy, which I have very little of right now, Getting this one at least started is probably a good idea. Although, because again, it is so hot in the studio, I might end up doing a digital sketch first, especially since this is a pretty basic idea that I don't have a ton of confidence in going into. And because a lot of that is building around it's coming from a much more personal, emotional part of me that I don't normally put into my work. It's going to. I really want to hammer out that idea and make sure it's good. Okay, I'm gonna mix up some paint and highlight some rocks, so at least I can say I've painted something today. So I moved the canvas off of the big A-frame down to my table, which it doesn't really fit on, but it's actually helping me get a lot of these lower areas better, and it's helped me concentrate to get some of the lighter sections for the rocks done. So it's actually good, because before when it was up on the easel, I was basically just focused like right here. And I'm reminding myself that I wanted to lighten the back mountain. I want to get some zinc white and create like a fog or a haze around that. But I can already feel myself being like, this is becoming a chore. All the excitement I had working on this piece in the first month, I should say, completely gone. Now I'm just like forcing myself to get through it. But I do want to pick up a fan brush and work on some waves in this lower section of the water and work a little bit more with that. Because I think that would be the most beneficial right now. Just load up some white and give it some crashing waves and things. And actually what's weird is the thing that I usually look forward to, which is like the final detailing phase, I'm dreading because of how large this piece is and how long that's going to take. I've already been like sitting on this, like basically working this piece off and on for like 3 months. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, it's July, and this would actually, I think, be the second painting I've done this entire year, which is unheard of for me. I'm normally cranking out like one every month and a half. But this year's been weird and different in so many ways. Those are all the main updates I'm gonna leave you with, I think, for today. Getting myself in here with this bit shorter vlog overall. So yeah, keep on creating. Hopefully your motivation to create is much better than mine is right now. Because right now mine sucks.